So here we have a question on the required practical for osmosis, the potato experiment. So here we've got a method for how to carry out the experiment already stated in the question. And it says that a person has cut 3 pieces of potato with the same length and then dried them using a paper towel, then weighed them and then added them to different sugar solutions. Then they waited for 2 hours, took them out, dried them again with a paper towel and re-weighed them, as well as measuring their length again. This way they could see whether their length and mass has changed. Has it increased? Has it decreased? Has it stayed the same? So we've got a diagram here, figure 1. Why did the student dry each piece of potato before weighing it? So these potatoes are going to have water on them, especially when you take them out the solution, they're going to have water on them, and that's going to add to the mass. It's going to make the measurements less accurate when you do that, so you need to pat them dry with a paper towel to remove the excess water. So that's what you'd write, to remove excess water, as it will increase the mass. Now for part B, what 2 changes would you expect in the potato in tube A after 2 hours? So tube A, we've got pure water in there because it says water at 0 moles per dm cube. That means there's no sugar in that tube at all. It's pure water. And the potato itself, inside the potato, there is a sugar solution in there. They just naturally have sugar solutions inside them. So that means the water concentration outside in the water is higher than the water concentration inside the potato. So what's going to happen is the water from the outside enters the potato by osmosis, and that makes the potato longer and heavier. So it will increase in mass and it will increase in length. Those are the 2 that you need to tick there. Complete the sentences for part C. Water moves into and out of cells by a process called, like I said earlier, osmosis. Water would move something, the potato cells in tube A. So into or out of is the question. Like I said, high water concentration outside, low water concentration inside, so it would move into the potato in tube A. The solution outside the potato in tube A is at a something concentration than the solution inside the potato cells. So you got to be careful here. It says is at a something concentration. It doesn't say water concentration, so you have to say is at a lower or higher. So remember I said there's a high water concentration outside, which means there's a low water concentration inside the potato. Water concentration. This is talking about just concentration. So concentration of sugar. So if there's a high water concentration outside, that means there's a low sugar concentration. When they just say concentration, they mean sugar concentration, not water concentration. So you would actually say is at a lower concentration than the solution inside the potato cell. You could also say at a more dilute concentration as well, if you wanted to get the mark. Then part D, the potato in tube B did not change. One conclusion that can be made from this observation: if the mass or the length did not change, that means no water has entered or left, or no net water has moved in or out of the cell. The only way that can happen is if the solution outside has the same concentration as the solution inside. So if we know the sugar solution outside is 0.4 mole per dm cubed, it means the inside of the potato is also 0.4 mole per dm cubed, because there's no change in concentration, no change in water concentration, so there's no net movement of water. So the conclusion would be the potato cells have a concentration of 0.4 mole per dm cubed. There we go.